I love this town, and I'm about to tell you 7 reasons why you probably shouldn't move here. Because here's what I know after 20 plus years of doing this and living here since the early 80s. The buyers who are right for Fernie don't need to be sold on it. They're coming here for the lifestyle, they're not coming here for a house. And the buyers who are wrong for Fernie, and they move here anyways, they leave within 2 to 5 years. Now that's bad for them, bad for the community, and honestly, it doesn't do me any favors either. So this video is the honest version, the truth, straight from a local yokel, that's me. The one I wish more agents would make. But most agents haven't lived here as long as I have. And I remember things that nobody even knows. And if you watch this and still want to move to Fernie, give me a shout. Because you're probably exactly the right kind of person that should move to Fernie. Let's go. Number 1. Okay, healthcare. Fernie has the Elk Valley Hospital. It's a real hospital. Emergency services, general care, maternity. We have doctors, diagnostics. We got it all. For most everyday needs, it's going to cover you and take care of you. But for specialized care, cardiology, oncology, complex surgery, you're going to have to go to Cranbrook, Kelowna, or even Calgary. And that's anywhere from 1 to 3 hours depending on where you're headed, and even as much as 7 if you're going to Kelowna. In a non-emergency, that's manageable. In a serious situation, that distance actually matters. And if you have ongoing complex medical needs, or if peace of mind requires a major hospital within 30 minutes, Fernie's not your town. You might want to consider, instead of Fernie, you might want to go to Cranbrook. It's less than an hour away from Fernie. And it has the East Kootenay Regional Hospital there. Nice, big, it's got all the stuff. It's a significantly larger facility and has all the bells and whistles. For maximum medical access, you want to go to either Kelowna or even to Calgary. They're the better choices. Reason number 2, price. Let's cut to the chase. Fernie is not cheap. You are buying a lifestyle. You are buying exactly what we get to experience here every day, and it is 100% worth it. No, it's not in Vancouver expensive, but expensive for a town of 5,000 to 6,000 people in a remote mountain valley with a ski hill, ski resort, all the mountain biking you could possibly shake a stick at, all the mountain biking. There's a ton of stuff here to do. Hiking, you just name it, outdoor adventure, it's here. Medium home prices, however, they're approaching $900,000 for detached properties. Entry-level products, small condos, townhomes, they're going to start somewhere around, let's call it $550, and prices have climbed significantly in the last 5 years. So if you're expecting to sell a $600,000 home in Calgary and land in Fernie with significant equity to spare, you better run the numbers carefully before you get here, because you get attached to a specific address where you want to live, and guess what? You're not going to be able to afford it. So do your research. Give me a shout. I'll help you. Where to move instead? Well, there's Sparwood. Sparwood is anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes away and offers solid homes in that 400 to 500, 550 range. Cranbrook's an hour away with even more affordability and a lot more choice. But then you have to live in Cranbrook, which is much further from the ski hill and what Fernie has to offer. Both, however, offer Kootenay mountain living without the Fernie price tag, which can be a huge bonus for you. Let me know what you're thinking. I'll help you walk you through the process, give you the pros and cons of each of the towns that I'll mention here. Reason number 3, mud season, or the muddy season. It is real, absolutely. Every Fernie local knows about mud season. It doesn't matter. You will not find this in the tourism brochures. It's that stretch, usually late March through mid-May. Living it right now, where it rains, it snows, it rains, it snows, snow melts, trails are closed, ski hills winding down, and the town is kind of in between, sitting in that gray, soggy energy. For people who moved here from a city that's used to concrete, pavement, all that kind of stuff, the muddy season can feel genuinely a little rough. The contrast, however, with powder season is jarring. The mountains are still there. They're beautiful. They're gorgeous. They're just a little more brown than normal because the snow is melting. Now, this will pass, of course. And when spring comes, it's absolutely fantastic. But every local will tell you it does actually pass. So if you've never experienced a proper Kootenay spring, you should probably visit before you commit to buying. Come on down. I'll take you around. Go check out some, I'll show you where the mud is. And I'll check out some houses too while we're at it. So where you should maybe move to instead, well, there's Invermere in the Columbia Valley. They tend to get more shoulder season sun. If spring mood matters to you, east side of the Rockies catches different light. Reason 4, amenities. Let's talk about these. Fernie has one main grocery store, but we actually have 2 stores in total. One main pharmacy, a couple more smaller ones, and a handful of wicked awesome restaurants, some genuinely excellent. And for the size of our town, 6,000 people, we have probably the best per capita restaurants in British Columbia, maybe even in Alberta, maybe in Western Canada. But of course, we're limited in variety, we're limited in expanse of different restaurants. We have a movie theater. There's no real big box retail. If you're looking for a Costco or a Target, also known as Target, you're going to need to go somewhere else. Lethbridge, Calgary, that kind of thing. And if you need a specific specialty item, you're going to be ordering online. And prime delivery to Fernie takes a little bit longer than it does to Calgary, but we actually still get it. Even though we don't get an Uber, we'll still get Amazon Prime. If you want a wider restaurant choice on a Friday night, you're going to drive to Cranbrook, but I'll guarantee you, it's probably still not as good food as you get here. There are some good restaurants in Cranbrook, but I'm very partial to a few here in Fernie. For people transitioning from a city with the amenity shift is one of the most significant adjustments you're going to make. Most people who love Fernie say they stop noticing within the year, but you need to be honest with yourself about whether that's you or not. And so possibly where to move instead, you're going to go to Cranbrook. Cranbrook actually has a Walmart. Fernie's got a Canadian Tire. More restaurant diversity and better medical access, all with the Kootenay mountain scenery. Reason 5, you need a vehicle. Yep, Fernie, you're going to need a car. Or a truck, very truck and car dependent. There is no meaningful public transit in Fernie. In the wintertime, we do have a shuttle that goes back and forth from town to the ski hill, but we don't always have a taxi, and we don't have any Uber, and we don't have Lyft, and we sure as heck don't have any Waymo. So if you want to go skiing and you drive, and you want to go get some groceries, you got to drive. If you want to catch a flight, you got to drive at least an hour to Cranbrook or possibly 3 and a bit to Calgary. For people who have built a lifestyle around not owning a car or who rely on transit for accessibility reasons, Fernie's not going to work. You need a car. You need a reliable vehicle, ideally with good winter tires. Note the winter tires, you need those. And that's just part of the Fernie equation. All right, reason number 6, the social scene is small. Yes, the social scale. Fernie has 5,000 to 6,000 people, tight, wonderful community, but it's small. And if you're someone who thrives on a large, diverse, ever-changing social scene, meeting new people, constantly rotating through different friend groups, small town life will feel constrictive over time, and in Fernie, you will run into the same people regularly. At the grocery store, at the gas station, on the trail, at the pub, at the Ghost Rider game. For most people who love it here, that's the point. You know people and they know you. And they know your kids and they know what your kids are up to and they will let you know. You belong somewhere. But if you're socially introverted, coming out of a difficult situation, or simply need the anonymity of a city, this is worth thinking hard about, because people here will get to know you and they're going to know your stuff. Where to move possibly instead? You could go to Nelson. Nelson has a bigger arts and cultural center for a small BC town. Kind of little bit more whimsical too. Kelowna offers more social scale while still having mountain access. Reason 7. Winter is intense. Snow is intense. Fernie gets 30 plus feet of snow on the ski hill in a big year. The ski hill gets even more. This is why people come here. It's also why some people leave. If you don't ski or snowboard or even sled, or if you don't have an activity that gets you outside and excited for winter, 5 months of heavy snow, shoveling, it can feel isolating. The town's energy is built around snow in the wintertime, and if snow doesn't excite you, you're on the outside of the town's main seasonal joy. I'm not saying non-skiers can't love it here, because I'm a non-skier. I was a hockey player. Now, not so much. But I'm not saying that non-skiers can't love Fernie. I do. I love it. I know families who don't ski and are completely happy here, but they found their winter thing. Snowshoeing, traveling, hockey, fat biking, community events. The town rewards people who lean into the season. If your ideal winter involves minimal weather disruption and easy outdoor access, Fernie in January is not that. Reason number 8. The market here moves fast and requires local knowledge absolutely. And this is the one that costs people real money. Fernie's real estate market is hyperlocal. It does not behave like Calgary, does not behave like Vancouver, and it does not behave anything like Toronto. It doesn't even behave exactly like Cranbrook or Kimberley. There are quirks specific to this market. Properties that look identical on paper, but vary wildly in value based on the street, the sun exposure, proximity to the river, to the ski hill, to downtown, the strata bylaws, rental restrictions, and floodplain history. Out-of-town buyers who come in with a big city or online research approach, looking at square footage and price per square foot as their primary lens, regularly either overpay or miss opportunities that locals see immediately. I've had clients lose properties they loved because they took 2 extra days to consult our realtor in their home city instead of moving with someone who knew the market specifically. For example, there's things that I know that you just won't see online. You can't find it anywhere unless you grew up here and you experienced it, right? So take advantage of this local knowledge up in this dome. It's going to help you out. It's going to save you a lot of time and stress. And now this isn't a sales pitch. If you're a good person, definitely reach out. If you're not a good person, have I got a realtor for you. It's a market reality though. You need to know Fernie is not a place to buy based on data and stuff that you just pull off and you have no idea what's going on. Let me interpret it for you. Quick little weekend visit. You're going to love it. You're going to want to move here. But before you buy that place, we should have a chat. Local knowledge isn't a luxury here. It's a necessity. So there it is, folks. 7 plus 1 bonus reason most people probably shouldn't move to Fernie. Healthcare isn't as close as you think. It's expensive. We got the mud. That's lots of fun. Kids love it. Amenities are limited. You need a car, a truck, and the social scene is small. Winters here are intense, lots of snow, and the market requires absolute local expertise. If you watched all this and your reaction is, hell yeah, I still want to go, then honestly, you're probably a Fernie person, and I love that. Because the people who love this town love it because of its edges, not despite of them. They love the quiet. They love knowing the people. They love real seasons. They love the community where what you do outdoors defines your life more than what you do in traffic. If that's you, give me a shout. Peace.